Guys, in light of these rumours with Neymar, let's discuss. Now, it's a bit ironic. If we go back in time, I'm pretty sure you guys remember when I said, and you're entitled to banter me if Brazil don't lift the World Cup, but football needs to return home, especially after what happened with Brazil against Germany. We need to win that World Cup next year. You're entitled to banter me. If you remember in that vid in regards to me talking about Neymar, and I mentioned this, how he kind of needs to leave Barcelona, or there's at least a case to leave Barcelona, or at least consider Barcelona. Ironically, you're now seeing rumours of PSG. We know PSG have chased Neymar for many seasons for many reasons, and they like him. So yeah, let's get into it. Firstly, in regards to PSG, they've chased him for a while. There's long been talks of being tapped up by Neymar being tapped up. We all know his dad is. It might not necessarily be his agent, but he's typically to get things done with Neymar. You go through his dad. You've seen things in the past about taxes, about bribes, about payments and things like that. In regards to Neymar, the guy's 25. He's not gonna be. He might if he develops and goes where people might say he's better than Messi and things, but in terms of stats and dumb things, he's not going to be. I mean, Messi was doing what at Neymar's age. I can't go back in time off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure he was fairly more established when we're talking about them sort of players than Neymar. So he's already lost there. He's 25. He can't afford to keep being a sidekick. Yeah, it's great for Messi and that, but Messi's still he's approaching the end of his career, but he's still very much going, and he's still very much a great player. It's great for people like Suarez who are at different stages of their careers. Yes, he's world class, but he wasn't talked about as being someone like Neymar. It's great. He can afford to be Messi's sidekick. He left Liverpool to win titles, and that's what he's doing. But Neymar on the other hand, like I said in that video, yes, Neymar does come inside. He likes to come off the left, and it can be backed up by his creativity stats. But Messi is the king. What Messi says goes. You see some footballers not pick out other options and go the extra mile to try and find Messi, no matter where they are, because Messi is the top don. Messi isn't the central hub. Everything goes through Messi. If he's going through Messi, you're gonna get less of the ball. I know we all seen Alexis Sanchez when he was at Barcelona. This used to happen many a chances. Times he would create space for himself, but he was isolated and would never get the ball, leading to substitutions. Zlatan, fairly different, but Zlatan paid for it as well. I think he had a great first year at Barca. I don't think he stayed more than his first year, but because of the whole Messi thing, paid for it. Henry, different stages of his career, couldn't play through the middle because Messi's there, left. Who else is there? There's many examples like this. There's many examples. There's people before them. Like, it's going to be Messi. The seasons that go on, it's just gonna get harder and harder. And yes, you're eventually, if you're Neymar or in the black and white world, you'd think when Messi falls off in the same way Ronaldinho did and people before him did, he'll pass the mantle on. But Messi's insane. It still looks like he's going. It looks like there's scope to reinvent himself, which is hurting Neymar in my opinion, because he's at that age where he needs to take more responsibility at club level and have more responsibility, and things go through him. He enjoys it for Brazil. He's constantly turned up for Brazil and been that man. He needs to now have it at club level. There's not much more to say on that front. There's rumours that PSG are gonna activate his release clause. Obviously, if they activate his release clause, don't know if I went into it in the beginning, but if they activate his release clause, obviously they're entitled to speak to him. That Barcelona cannot reject it. Neymar signed a new contract the other day. With the way football is going and the ridiculous fees coming out, you would have thought Barcelona might have had some sensibility, been sensible, and I don't even know if sensibility is a word, but I'm gonna make it a word. And bumped up that release clause to a bit more, because I mean, if clubs are fickle, and you know PSG will do that, and they're backed by rich Arab owners, they're willing to do that. So you should have took more precaution. Neymar has a lot to consider. There's reasons to stay at Barcelona. I mean, it's Barcelona. He's enjoyed his campaign there. He's been a creative hub. He scored a lot of goals, and he's an important player. But the chance to be at PSG, Dani Alves, no doubt Dani Alves is doing signing and trying to get back up at Barcelona. Agent Alves, at least he's trying to help them get Diabala, but Agent Alves is doing a lot. It's a chance to be surrounded by a lot of Brazilians. PSG could, if they sign Neymar, that now adds scope to signing more attractive players and players of that standard. Yes, they have the money, but if you had the choice of PSG, Real Madrid, and Munich, you're obviously going to pick the other two in regards to PSG, because there's already, on top of being some of the biggest clubs and the biggest money and all of them things, they're the ones challenging for the titles in the Champions Leagues and things like that 9 times out of 10. Yes, PSG went to the final a couple of years ago, but yeah, no, they didn't. What am I talking about? They went to like the semis. They did not go to the final. Thinking of the other side, but yeah, you get where I'm going with that. So yeah, you wouldn't pick them. Obviously now, if they sign Neymar, some other players of that standard can think, like the likes of, I don't know, like Coutinho's not of that standard, but the sense that if Barcelona and all of these clubs offered Coutinho or whatever, offer Coutinho money for Coutinho. Coutinho is more likely to go to them other clubs, in my opinion, than PSG. Yes, there's Brazilians there, and Coutinho might not be the best example, but if Neymar's there, people are going to sit up and be like, okay, right, Neymar's there. Let me go and join Neymar. And they're going to pull better players. If they pull better players, you have a better squad. If you have a better squad, you're more competitive. You're more competitive, you have a chance of winning more titles. More titles, the cycle can increase even more. Neymar could just be the start. They want the Champions League. They want a dynasty, and they very much see Neymar as that. So that 190 or however million it is for him is just a small price for them to pay, really. Like, it's ridiculous how good Neymar is, man. I mean, 200 and... I don't even know, man. 200 and something, whatever, appearances, and over 200 appearances, and his goals and assists are very much near that. I mean, the guy is a great player, man. There's not much more to say on that front. I mean, I could talk about Neymar. For me, he just needs to enjoy. He needs to be the creative hub so he can enjoy roaming, coming off that left, going into the middle. At times, he doesn't really like it, but going on to that right. Basically, at Barca, like I've said, he's a sidekick. He still has to do the defensive work. You have to do the defensive work anyways. But it's very much receiving the ball to then play to Messi. I want Neymar to be the main man. He needs to be the main man. Despite not being the main man, 2013, 14, 15 goals, 15 assists. I think that was his first year in Europe. The next season, 39 goals, 11 assists. The season after that, 15, 16, I believe. It wasn't his best campaign. I think people were getting onto him, but he got, 31 goals, 27 assists. No, that was a decent campaign. The year after that, 16, 17, he didn't have that many decent... he didn't have that many, according to some decent games. I think he did. You look at the PSGs, you look at other games like that, he made the difference. Champions League against Celtic, how many goals did he set up there? I know it's not the biggest of games, but yeah. And to think about the sense that people are saying all of these things, and he got the identical number of assists as last year, 27 and 20 goals. He can do better than 20 goals. But yeah, that just shows that in a bad season how good he is, because we all saw good performances from Neymar. It's not the best of stats, like I've said, but like, yeah, when he joined Barcelona, if you remember rightly, he said that the goal was to play with Messi, and that was smart in many ways. I mean, he was talked about someone that could rival Messi. I mean, if you remember when he was at Santos, he actually played against Messi. It was smart because he came, be the sidekick, adapt to England, adapt to Europe, play European way, gain some confidence, learn how to play the football. And you're at a competitive side with the best player in the world, you can learn off and things like that. And people are less on your back because they know he's the main man. You're very much going to have to alter your game. Now the next step at 25, 26 is to become that main man. Like I said, he will not do the things that Messi have done and broke the stats Messi have done, because it's somewhat too late unless a miracle happens. But what he can have is make his mark a bit more. If he was to retire today, people would say, yeah, he is a good footballer. He's won everything at club level there was to offer. He turned up for internationals. Obviously, there's no World Cup there, but he turned up for that. But there'd still be a lot to wonder. People would say, why weren't you the main man? Like he was at Santos. Obviously, Santos is in Brazil. But you get where I'm going. The next step now is to be the main man, to want that responsibility. He clearly craves the responsibility, to want that onus, to want to be the central hub. That is what he needs now, and I don't think he's going to get that at Barcelona, because it all goes through Messi. Until Messi says he wants to retire, there is nothing, because he's now got his contract. Messi makes noise, he gets a contract. Messi makes noise, he gets new managers. Messi makes noise, he gets new signings. Messi enjoys the hub. Like, it's nothing to do with Lionel Messi. Like, but yeah, guys, I mean, there's reasons to stay, there's reasons to go. I just thought, as I was asked, and as it's happened, he's been talked about leaving, I thought I'd just offer my 2 pence. But yeah, guys, deluded good. I'm signing out. Thank you for watching. As always, get in the comments. Should he stay? Should he go? Or what? I'm out. Brazil.